start off with, can you name the song, right? So I like doing these. These are a lot of fun. Um, and this is from 1984. And normally I pretty much know every song that comes on the radio from that era. But I struggle with some of these because I think they purposely pick some shit that nobody ever fucking heard of. But I know some of you have liked this too with the comments we got from you guys. But play along. Play along in the comment box. You know, keep track of how many you got right. I'm not going to keep track because it's embarrassing for me to get them wrong. But let's get started. So this one is, can you name these 20 hit songs from 1984? If you're ready, let's go. This is just an intro. Tina Turner.
It's 1984, the year when pop met MTV, rock went electric, and neon ruled the night. Some of these songs you can still hum by heart. Others you haven't thought about in decades. There's something weird, and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? But each one defined its moment on the Billboard charts.
Culture Club.
So let's rewind to that golden glow of cassette decks and countdowns. The top 20 songs from 1984 that you've forgotten. Which one takes you back?
This is Prince and the Revolution.
Number 1, When Doves Cry.
When Doves
by
Cry.
Prince.
Oh, it doesn't give you time to guess them.
We open with pure
That
innovation.
sucks. Guess we'll have to
Prince
pause.
stripped away the bass line unheard of in pop at the time, leaving a haunting minimal groove. It became a sonic experiment that somehow filled dance floors and radios alike. The surreal video, the layered vocals, that electric guitar riff, it all turned him from star to legend.
Yeah, it was a shame when he passed away. I still feel like a lot of these guys passed away way too young, and who knows if this guy was involved in drugs or whatever, but you kind of almost have to think that most of them from that era, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s, a lot of them got involved with drugs, you know, or alcohol or something like that. And a lot of actors, same thing. A lot of good actors back in the day just got involved with bad shit. I like Prince. I don't like all of his music. When Doves Cries is a catchy tune. Raspberry Beret. Purple Rain is probably his best hit. But there's a song called Diamonds and Pearls that I like a lot. I really like Diamonds and Pearls. He has a female singer with him in that song, but he also is credited for writing the song Nothing Compares to You that was sung by Sinead O'Connor. He wrote that song. Can you imagine Prince singing that? It wouldn't sound the same. Absolutely not. So Sinead killed it.
Spending 5 weeks at number 1. When Doves Cry wasn't just a hit, it changed how pop could sound.
Not really. I'm just saying, like, I know he's trying to be positive and whatnot, but I don't think it changed anything. I think this was the sound. This was almost the mid-'80s already, and this was pretty much the sound already, unless you take out, like,
that purple haze of genius,
the synthesizers and shit like that. You know what I mean?
A comeback story of pure resilience.
So this is Tina Turner, and the song is What's Love Got to Do with It?
Number 2, What's Love Got to Do with It by Tina Turner. After years away from the spotlight,
that fucking hairstyle. But she had a great voice. I was a fan of Tina Turner. A lot of great songs. My favorite song of hers of all time is I Don't Want to Fight No More. Just a great song. And kudos to this woman. She went through a lot. For those of you who don't know, she was in a duet, or it was a group. It was her and her husband back in the day. Her husband's name was Ike Turner, and Ike used to beat the shit out of her. Very abusive guy. So they split, and then she took a solo career. His life went to shit, and then she came out after that span of doing nothing, and then became a solo artist. And a lot of great songs. Another one of my favorites is she does a duet with Bryan Adams. What's it called? I forget what it's called, and it sucks. But she does a duet with Bryan Adams, and it's a rocking song. It's pretty good. But Tina
Turner roared back with a
beautiful
voice that
legs
carried
too.
both pain and confidence.
She's also famous for being in the movie Mad Max with Mel Gibson, I believe, and she did one of the songs or the entire soundtrack for it.
The
Thunderdome.
Production and conversational tone
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my
made this adult pop not bubblegum.
I agree. So yeah, that's a good point he makes. Like her songs, like this one here, for example, was conversational. It's like she's talking to you, not singing to you. So that makes a lot of sense.
It's only the thrill of boy meeting girl.
It topped the Hot 100 for 3 weeks longer than any other single that year and won her multiple Grammys. For a woman once written off by the industry, this was the sound of triumph.
I don't know if she was written off by the industry. I think she was just written off because of the Ike Turner thing, and that group ended because of all that shit that happened. But I don't think she was written off. She just kind of stayed out for a while to kind of regroup her life. You know what I mean? And I remember back in the 80s, when I was a little kid, I was in my early teens in the 80s, McDonald's in their Happy Meals were giving out CDs, and she was one of them. So it was Tina Turner, Sting, a couple of other people. I think one of them was a country artist like Vince Gill or something like that. But that's how I got introduced to Tina Turner, was that free CD they gave out with the Happy Meal.
After Tina's fearless return, two megastars teamed up to prove pop collaborations could be more than publicity stunt.
I think we're about to hear it here. So they might be talking about Bryan Adams one. The other one, that collab she did, I don't know what the other one would be. Paul McCartney. Okay.
Number 3, Say 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 by Paul McCartney.
Don't say the fucking collabs then. I thought he was moving on to like a collab thing. He goes right on to the next song, but yeah.
And Michael Jackson. When the ex-Beatle teamed up with the King of Pop,
He needs to
you
put a
expected
break in
lightning
between
to
the
strike
songs,
twice.
man. You know what I mean?
Recorded at McCartney's English estate, their chemistry made the song sparkle. McCartney's melodic instinct meeting Jackson's youthful energy. The video was playful vaudeville, but the groove ruled radio for weeks. The result? One of 1984's biggest duets. But here's a twist. One of the songs still ahead wasn't even meant to be a single. Stick around to find out which. For now, let's cut loose with a track that made everyone dance.
So, Footloose by Kenny Loggins. It was made for the movie Top Gun? No, I'm an idiot. He also did a song for Top Gun. So, I'm looking right at Kevin Bacon like an idiot. But Footloose, for the movie Footloose starring Kevin Bacon.
Number 4, Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Few songs scream 80s like this one. Written for the movie that turned small-town rebellion into a dance revolution.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Kevin Bacon, but like I wasn't a huge fan of this movie. Like I wasn't into the movies about dancing and shit like that. So this one, Dirty Dancing, came out a few years later. That one was okay because I really like Jennifer Grey, but I thought that movie was done well. I wasn't into this, and then you could almost throw in what is it, like Roadhouse? There was a lot of dancing involved in that too, but I wasn't into this movie too much. I've watched it maybe twice, and I got the same feel both times. Just not a big thing for me.
Footloose became an instant anthem. Its sharp guitars, clapping beat, and pure energy invited everyone to move. The song shot to #1 for 3 weeks and gave Loggins his most iconic hit.
I mean, the song definitely goes with the movie.
Every gym, prom, and roller rink echoed it that year. After that surge of freedom and joy, we pivot from wild celebration to quiet heartbreak. A moment that showed pop could ache as deeply as it could dance.
What? Hey.
Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. It's free and really helps the channel grow.
I mean, it's right there. You can't even hide it. It's Against All Odds, Phil Collins, yeah.
#5, Against All Odds. Take a Look at Me Now by Phil Collins.
It's a beautiful song by Phil Collins, and this guy just has a library of hits. But this is a gorgeous song, and it was made for a movie called Against All Odds. I've only seen it once, and I saw it as a kid, so the movie didn't mean anything to me because there's a lot of, love and overtones in it and stuff. I've only watched it once, and I didn't watch the whole thing, so I'm sure if I watched it now, it might feel different, but this is just an absolute beautiful song.
Phil Collins turned heartbreak into cinema.
So take a look at me now. There's just
Written for a romantic drama, its stripped-down production let his voice do all the heavy lifting.
to remind me, just a memory of your face. Take a look.
Raw, pleading, and painfully honest. It topped the chart for 2 weeks and earned him a Grammy nod.
So take a look at me now.
He sang this at Live Aid. Wow.
Sealing his crossover from drummer to front stage star.
Left it to remind me, just a memory of.
The single proved that
So he started out, if you don't know, he started out in a band called Genesis, and he was the drummer. He sang a few songs here and there, but he was the drummer. Can you imagine being in a band where your drummer is the best singer? It's unheard of, because the drummers are usually the quiet ones, right? They just want to hang out back there and hide. And that plus, it's not easy to play the drums and sing and stay in beat at the same time. I played the drums for many years as a kid. It's not easy to try to sing and play drums at the same
vulnerability
time.
could be as commanding as power chords.
You're the only one who really knew me at all.
I'm gonna have to watch this
As
movie
Phil's
again.
echo fades, we'll trade
That is Jeff Bridges, isn't it?
heartbreak for adrenaline.
Just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave.
And meet the hard rock band that shocked everyone by leaping into the pop spotlight next.
That's Jump by Van Halen.
#6, Jump by Van Halen. Here's where rock took a fearless leap. Van Halen shocked fans by swapping guitars for bright synths, and it paid off spectacularly. Jump ruled the charts for 5 weeks.
So I'm one of those guys And if you're familiar with Van Halen, you know where I'm going. But if you're not, they went through two lead singers, okay? So the original was DLR, David Lee Roth. And I don't remember if he quit or they kicked him out. I can't remember. But then Sammy Hagar came along. So there's always this battle between people who love Van Halen. Are you a DLR guy or are you a Hagar fan? You know what I mean? Van Hagar is what they called it. I prefer Sammy Hagar. I don't know why. I just like his voice better and the way he talks and did interviews, the way he performed. A lot better than David Lee Roth. Sammy could play the guitar. I don't know if David could play the guitar or not. As when I was at this age, I think this was right before Sammy took over. Late 80s, early 90s maybe. So I didn't get a lot of DLR. I just don't like DLR. And then, not long ago, 10 years ago maybe 15, Van Halen reunited with DLR as the lead singer. At that time, Sammy Hagar had a band called Chickenfoot. Great band, by the way. Their first album rocks, man. Great music on there. And there was only one song on that album that I even enjoyed. It was called Tattoo. It was the only song on the entire album I liked. The rest of it, it didn't sound great. You know? And of course, Van Halen is well known for the fact that they probably have, if not the best guitarist of all time, the second best of all time behind Jimi Hendrix. And that's Eddie Van Halen. The guy I think he's the one that started the tapping. I don't know. He might not be. I know there was a bass player that did it for a band called Kajagoogoo. He would do it with his bass guitar. But Eddie could play a whole song with just the frets, just tapping like this without strumming, you know?
Eddie's keyboard riff was as unforgettable as his solo. And David Lee Roth's swagger made it impossible
This is when they came back together, yeah.
not to shout along. It bridged metal and pop in one perfect burst of confidence. But remember that tease from earlier? One of the songs still coming up wasn't even meant to be a single.
The weird thing, this may sound weird, but the weird thing about Van Halen, growing up, I don't think they got the popularity they deserved. I think they were kind of underrated almost, in my opinion. Yes, they were popular, but I felt like they should have been way up here. They were just about here. I mean, there were a lot of other competition out there, but Van Halen, I just don't think reached the plateau or the ceiling that they probably should have at some point.
We'll uncover that soon, right after this softer side of the same decade.
So, this is Lionel Richie. I love Lionel Richie. Is it Me You're Looking For? I don't know if that's the title or not. I know the lyrics.
Number 7, Hello.
Hello.
By Lionel Richie.
Fuck. He's a great singer.
From Van Halen's pyrotechnics to pure tenderness, Hello showcased Lionel Richie at his most intimate.
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
That slow burn ballad and unforgettable clay sculpture video made it a cultural moment.
Clay sculpture video.
It spent weeks climbing to number 1 and sealed Richie's reign as the decade's smoothest storyteller.
This guy has a shit ton of hits too, man. Like, the day this guy leaves us is going to be a sad day because he was a great artist. I don't know what kind of person he is. Like, I don't care. I just care about the music. But he started out in the Commodores. I think it was called the Commodores. I know it wasn't Kool and the Gang, was it? It's one of them two. And they had some great songs as a group, and then he went solo, and then he just took the fuck off. He's also half responsible or 1/3 responsible for the famous song "We Are the World" for the starving people in Africa back in the 80s. Just a monumental, colossal fucking collaboration of artists back then. Just one of the greatest songs of all time. And this guy helped get the song going.
The melody seemed to float, comforting yet haunting. After this candlelit moment,
Not one candle in the place.
we swing back to a band who proved even prog rock giants could conquer
I
the
can
pop
hear the music in
world.
the background. Oh.
I sometimes see you pass.
With one of the cleanest hooks 1984 ever heard. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe.
I love watching live versions of artists, and when the crowd sings along, it gets you.
Subscribe
You know?
and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive from Retro Rewind. Okay, on to the next.
Owner of a Lonely Heart. This is Yes. I think the band's called Yes.
Number 8, Owner of a Lonely Heart.
And I only know that because my brother, he's 7 years older than me, grew up listening to these fucking bands. Yes, Foreigner, Chicago, Boston, Kiss, Asia, AC/DC, like all those bands. I love all of them because when I used to ride around with my brother in his car, he had all the 8 tracks. This is all we'd fucking listen to. Aerosmith, all the fucking time.
By Yes. Nobody saw this coming. The veterans of 70s prog suddenly delivered a sharp, modern single built on samples, gated drums, and a punchy synth riff. Owner of a Lonely Heart became their only US #1. And brought experimental rock right into top 40 radio. It was proof that reinvention could be thrilling. Midway through our list, it's a good time to ask which of these 84 hits do you still crank up today?
Give your free will a chance. You've got to want to succeed. Hey.
Let us know in the comments.
We see this here, and we see it a lot. So these guys are probably in their fucking 60s or 70s, and they're out touring. So there's a few reasons for that. It could be one of these reasons, or it could be all of them. They just love what they do. They want that one last tour to gather up some money for the rest of their life, right? For their families or whatever. And also because back then, a lot of these artists and bands got really fucked over by their agents and record labels. And just some of the shittiest deals you could ever imagine. And all these bands and artists, they just wanted to make it big. They just wanted to get out there and earn a living doing what they love. And a lot of them just said they just signed the line without reading the contract, and they got fucked, where they lost a shit ton of money later on, and the record labels made most of the money. So these guys are still performing to this age, just to make up for all that's getting screwed over that much, you know. But it's a shame, really.
As we slide into a supernatural smash that haunted every summer party.
Ghostbusters. Ray Parker Jr.
Number 9, Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. Who you gonna call? Everyone knew the answer that summer. Commissioned at the last minute for the film, Parker's playful jingle turned into a pop juggernaut.
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
Holding the top spot for
He probably would have been a good for the role of Winston Zeddemore too, instead of Ernie Hudson. I mean, Ernie Hudson was great, but I think Ray Parker Jr. also could have played the role.
3 weeks. Kids shouted the title, parents danced, and the song became inseparable from the movie's magic.
Running through your head, who can you call?
Despite its novelty edge, the groove was irresistibly tight.
If it's something weird and it don't look good.
From busting ghosts we moved to a tune dressed in color and charm, a song that proved pop could be both whimsical and wise.
So Culture Club, Karma Chameleon.
Number 10, Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. Bright, breezy, and deceptively deep, Karma Chameleon captured Boy George at his most charismatic.
Dude was weird as hell, but he had a hell of a voice, man.
Steel drums met sly lyrics about honesty and disguise, a reflection of the new wave era itself. The track topped charts across the world and made Culture Club household names.
Weird.
Its sing-along chorus felt like sunlight on vinyl. As the colors fade, we descend into the bittersweet. The sound of loneliness and longing from a voice that turned quiet heartbreak into one of the year's defining pop moments.
This is, okay, so yeah, this is Missing You by John Waite. But back to Boy George. That guy is weird, all right? So I'm not going into anything about his background or whatever. I'm just saying, I mean, the guy dressed weird, he acted weird, whatever, but the guy had talent. And that's where you kind of you ignore the weirdness sometimes, because it's like, this guy is just an artist. You know, he's a very good singer. And even live, one of those very few artists that when they sing live sound fantastic. You know, and he got shit on a lot and made fun of. But he had the last laugh because he made tons of money, right? It's like, you can talk shit about someone all you want, but if they're a millionaire, they don't give a shit what you say. You know what I mean?
Number 11, Missing You by John Waite.
This guy was the lead singer for a band. I can't remember the band, but they had. This guy is a great songwriter. He's got a great voice, but he's also a fantastic songwriter. He used to be the lead singer for a band, and I can't remember what it's called. I want to say Sheriff, but I know that's not it. But the guy is just an industry hog, man. If there was a great song written back there, he either performed it or he wrote it for somebody. I remember him with long
After
hair.
all that color, John Waite brought things back to grayscale emotion. Missing You wasn't a power ballad so much as
Looks
a
like Corey
restrained
Hart here.
confession, a breakup song that tried to sound brave and failed beautifully. Its mix of pop polish and raw ache made it stand out in a year of big production. It climbed to number 1.
And it always makes me smile.
Yeah, no shit.
Carried by that unforgettable hook.
And it's almost driving me wild.
From this quiet heartbreak,
Since you've been gone, this way, I ain't missing you, babe.
we roll into a track that fans practically forced onto the charts.
What my friends say, well, there's a message.
The payoff to that tease we dropped earlier.
So Lionel Richie again. This is Dancing on the Ceiling, I think.
Come on and sing it.
Number 12,
Ah.
All Night Long,
All Night Long.
Night by Lionel Richie.
Come on and sing it long. Everybody.
the surprise we hinted at before. All Night Long wasn't even meant to be a single.
Well, my friends, the time is come. Raise the
Richie wrote it as a party closer for his album, but the label hesitated.
work to be done. Let the music play on, play on, play on.
Then DJs started spinning it, and the phones lit up.
Come join our party. See how we play.
Fucking
Caribbean
DJs.
rhythm and universal joy turned it into one of 1984's defining sounds.
Come on. Tumbleweed face it, people. Yeah. Yeah.
It bridged disco's afterglow with pop sunrise
And nobody knew what the fuck he was saying there.
and kept dance
The Jamaican,
floors
I guess?
packed
I don't
for
know.
months.
Throw away the work to be done. Let the music
From Richie's eternal celebration
sing, everybody dance. Lose yourselves in wild.
let's rewind to another feel-good anthem that bounced straight from the movie screen to the radio.
So let's hear it for the boys. That's not Donna Summer, right? I don't know who it is. I want to say Donna Summer, but I don't think that's who that is.
Baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't
Number 13.
Denise
Let's
Williams.
Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams.
loves me. I know that he loves me anyway.
This is a pretty poppy
Straight from
song
the
back then,
Footloose
man.
Soundtrack, Denise Williams delivered a radiant dose of positivity.
This one made you tap your foot a lot back then, yeah.
The gospel-trained singer wrapped her powerhouse vocals around pure pop energy.
To say, but he loves me.
Celebrating imperfect love with contagious charm.
My baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say.
The single soared to number 1 on the R&B and Hot
Okay, so that was also in the movie Footloose, apparently.
100 charts, becoming one of the most joyous tracks of the year.
And maybe he don't
Yep, that was in Footloose, too.
but
I don't remember that.
Even now, that clap-along beat feels like sunshine.
my baby may not be rich. He's watching it.
As the confetti falls, we turn towards something grittier.
Loves me. We always
I don't see any confetti, but
have a real good time.
A blue-collar rocker who found himself dancing under synthetic light.
so Bruce Springsteen. This is "Dancing in the Dark."
Number 14, Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired.
The boss plugged in the synthesizer and caught lightning in a bottle.
I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired.
Dancing in the Dark opened Born in the USA and became Springsteen's biggest pop crossover.
I could use just a little bit. You can't start a fire.
Behind the danceable beat was frustration. He wrote it overnight after being told the album needed one more single.
I could use just a little bit. You can't start a fire.
The result won Grammys, introduced the world to a young Courtney Cox in the video.
Not this video. Apparently, this is a live version. The actual official video, I think he's talking about. Yes, Courtney Cox back in 1984. She also played, I believe, the girlfriend of Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties for a few episodes.
And proved even rock's poet laureate could groove.
Courtney Cox has been around for a while.
After Bruce's Working Man Rhythm,
Yeah, right there. So, look.
after Bruce's Working Man Rhythm,
That's Max Weinberg. He ended up being the drummer for Conan O'Brien's music ensemble on his talk show. He was always there. He was the lead guy for his ensemble, but he played the drums. But that's Max Weinberg of the Weinberg 7. Yep.
We close this stretch with pure joy and a hint of the glamour that defined MTV.
Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I pretty much almost know every single one of her songs. Love Cyndi Lauper.
Number 15, Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. Few songs capture the decade's energy like
I prefer
this.
her over
With
Madonna
her neon
so
hair
much.
and unapologetic style, Cyndi Lauper turned Robert Hazard's rough demo into a feminist pop explosion. It wasn't rebellion with anger, it was liberation through laughter. The song became an anthem for independence.
She's another one that sings really well live, like really well, and can pretty much make the song sound just like the recorded song, you know? She had a huge collaboration with the WWF back then, WWE now, but the WWF wrestling. So in this, I think it's this video, we just saw Captain Lou Albano, but she had a connection with a lot of the WWF wrestlers, and she was on some of the shows once in a while. And she helped with that whole rock and wrestling era.
And still fills dance floors decades later. Lauper's voice made carefree sound powerful. As her joyous laughter fades, we move from playful rebellion to glossy spectacle, a band who made pop videos feel like art.
It's Duran Duran, I think. They look different there. If that even is Duran Duran and I'm right, they just totally look different there. The song... Why won't you use me? I don't know the song. Fuck.
Number 16.
The Reflex.
The Reflex by Duran Duran.
Couldn't think of it.
MTV royalty at their most extravagant, Duran Duran turned The Reflex into a glittering spectacle of sound and vision.
He sounds like Boy George a little bit.
With Nile Rodgers remixing the single. Its jagged synths and rhythmic stutters gave it a futuristic polish that exploded.
Duran Duran was pretty big back then. Really big. Shit ton of fucking songs, man. When the 90s came around, they really did just a flip. A real weird flip. Made an album. I forget what it was called, but you had Ordinary World. And then the other one is Come Undone. Two really good songs, man, but they totally flipped. Like, they changed their sound and
Dance
everything.
floors. The video, packed with screaming fans and surreal effects, defined what pop stardom looked like in 1984. It hit number one on both sides of the Atlantic.
Really? I wasn't such a I wasn't such a huge fan of this song, but it made the number one. That's weird. Didn't know that.
From this shimmering glamour, the countdown shifts from neon excess to emotional intimacy, a ballad that slowed time itself.
Cyndi Lauper again, and this one is True Colors.
Number 17, Time After Time.
All right,
Cyndi
I was
Lauper.
wrong. Time After Time.
Cyndi Lauper traded
Brutal.
her playful spark for gentle sincerity with Time After Time. Co-written with Rob Hyman of the Hooters, it captured heartbreak and loyalty in just a few perfect lines.
Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind.
The delicate arrangement and her vulnerable delivery made it one of the most timeless ballads of the decade.
Time after, sometimes you picture me, I'm walking.
It reached number 1 and helped prove she wasn't just a quirky MTV icon, she was a storyteller.
The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can learn, and you will find.
As that final echo fades,
After time, I will be your friend. I will miss you. I will be.
we leap
No, that's a bad version right there. She's usually not that bad live. She is really good live, but that didn't sound good.
back into the dance floor heat, where three sisters owned the rhythm of the night.
What you see?
Oh, is this the Pointer Sisters?
Oh, me.
I can't think of the song name, but is that the Pointer Sisters?
Number 18,
Yeah.
Jump for My Love by the
Jump.
Pointer Sisters.
Me. You're so exciting, I can feel you getting hotter.
The Pointer Sisters were unstoppable in 1984, and Jump for My Love was their most kinetic moment.
And if you want more, if you want more.
With crisp synthesizers, layered harmonies, and boundless joy,
And feel my touch. Jump if you want to take. This is saving.
the track captured everything
It's a good song.
irresistible about early 80s
a good
dance
song.
pop.
Jump if you want to take. My kisses in the night. Then jump.
It became a club anthem and earned them a Grammy. Its energy was infectious.
Jump in.
Grammy.
Part workout jam, part love
They're
song,
obviously lip
all
syncing
motion.
there. And there.
As the last beats fade, we slip into something moodier. A track that brought late night radio charm and a dash of mystery to the year's top 20.
All right, so the name of the band was on the drum, so the Romantics. I would have never got that. So I got the name wrong. So that's Romantics. This is I don't know.
Number 19, Talking in Your Sleep
Ah.
by the Romantics. This one crept up quietly. A slick blend of
Well, that's why I didn't know it, because it crept up quietly.
rock
That's why I
guitars
didn't know.
and glossy production that snuck its way into the top 20. Talking in Your Sleep gave the Romantics their biggest hit, fusing new wave pop
like their only
with late
hit,
70s
really.
power pop heart.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Its pulsing rhythm and whispered hook made it perfect for both radio and roller rinks.
Roller rinks.
The song proved that even in the age of synths,
Now, listen to me. When I was a kid, we went to roller rinks a lot. Mainly for birthday parties and shit like that. I don't ever remember hearing this fucking song played at a roller rink. And when you went to a roller rink, you went there for hours. It was like 3 hours, right? Don't recall hearing this song in a roller rink.
a guitar band could still find the groove. From Midnight Whispers, we close with a voice that turned restraint into raw power.
Can't guess that one. It's right there.
Number 20, Self-Control by Laura Branigan. Laura Branigan ended the year with one of the sleekest singles of the
Yeah.
year.
She had
Self-Control
several
fused
good
European
songs.
synth pop with her unmistakable powerhouse voice, giving the track both mystery and momentum.
I know the song very well. I would have never guessed the name or the name of the song. Just so you know, I would have never got it because I couldn't remember her name. I always got like Laura Branigan, Pat Benatar, and there was another female artist back then too, a solo artist. I always got them all mixed up. That's why I would have never got it right.
Produced by the same team behind hits for Italian disco acts. It captures the
great
darker
voice.
side of the 80s nightlife. Seductive, stylish, and a little dangerous. Branigan's commanding delivery made it unforgettable.
In a lot of these songs, he always says, "Oh, this great hook, this commanding hook," and none of that made sense with the songs he said it to. But this song has a great hook going into the chorus.
And though it closes our list, it's hardly forgettable. Proof that 1984 shimmered from top to bottom with fearless, unforgettable pop. From purple revolutions to pop anthems, 1984 was more than just a year. It was a soundtrack to transformation.
Okay, that's all AI written right there. That's AI written. But yeah, I was 11 years old that year. 11. And I still remember a lot of these songs because, now mind you, back then, artists were churning out songs left and right. It didn't take them 4 or 5 years to make a fucking album back then like it does today. They were churning out albums like almost every year, every other year. So you maybe had this song would last a couple years on the radio, and then it just gets put into rotation down the road, and then she would have a new album come out, right? But these songs lasted a little bit longer on the radio back then than they do today, where you might get a song in circulation for maybe half a year. The popularity just fizzles out quickly these days, in my opinion. But back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, man, songs were on rotation for a long time. So this is why people could, at my age, or in today's age, where I could say, oh man, the 80s and 90s, I can remember that song. Like, you could hear the first 3 bars of a song and know exactly what it is and who's singing it without looking. Because you heard these songs on repeat. And right around, I think it was the late 80s is when MTV started. She had music television on cable when cable first was new. And these songs were in rotation 24/7, dude. 24/7. So now you had videos to go along with everything. These things were shoved down your throat. Music, man, because that's all you had. That's all you had back then as a kid was fucking music, man. But it's a good video. It's good. There were some things I picked up from that I didn't know, like the Bruce Springsteen one, "Dancing in the Dark," was something he just made in one night because they wanted one more fucking song for the album and he was pissed. So he just made the song and it gets him a Grammy or whatever. So I mean that's cool. It's cool information to know. The channel's name is Retro Remix. I don't know if you can see it on there, but his name is Retro Remix. Go ahead and give him a sub and a like. He collaborated with 2 other channels. He probably has all 3 of them. Go ahead and head over and give him a sub and a like. Look at some of his other videos. These kind of videos are fun, and it's cool to kind of like see how much your brain can remember from Christ. 1984 was 41 years ago. 41 years.